Hi everyone. I am going to do a tag, and it's "Show Us Your Decks," I believe, by oh shoot, what's her name? I know her. I think her name's Angel. Feeding My Soul 1212. This is me post washing my hair. I usually straighten my hair, but today it is not. So you get to see it wavy. Let's just get into it. It was a cute tag, and so I thought I would give it a whirl. Okay, so the first prompt is a deck you want to use, but for whatever reason hasn't seen any playtime on your desk. And that is the Witch Sister Tarot. I got this. I had been following. Oh, that's a shame. That ring light. Let's see. Let me see if I go like this. Is that better? No, that's worse. Anyway, I guess I'll just hold it like this. So yeah, the Witch Sister Tarot. Like I followed the creator on Facebook and through the entire design of this deck, and I love the artwork because I loved the Hidden Realms as well. But for some reason, I couldn't connect with it, or I just wasn't in the right headspace for it. Um, but yeah, I opened it, I shuffled it, I attempted to do a study group with it, even, which I dropped out of for reasons. And yeah, it's a gorgeous deck, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But for some reason, I just haven't been able to read with it yet. And I need to fix that. I don't know if I'll wait until fall, when I'm feeling, because this looks more like fall colors to me. Like this feels more fall. Even though there's like spring and summer imagery in here, maybe it's the witchy aspect, and witchiness seems to be the thing in fall. So, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll try it this summer. Why not? But we'll see. We'll see. But it's very odd because it's a gorgeous deck, and I bought it in a heartbeat. So yeah. So the next prompt. Oh, the 12th deck from the right on your tarot shelf. I did not do this. Okay, you can do it with me. I have two shelves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is the Shewolf Tarot. This is my 12th deck. So let's open her up. There's the guidebook. And here are the backs. Here's the bling. She's got like pink bling. Um, yeah, so that's the 12th deck. I don't know what else to say other than it's the 12th deck on my shelf. It's a gorgeous deck. Um, I actually think I prefer the Serpent Fire to this, which was weird because when I first got the Serpent Fire, I was like, I'm not sure I like this. But it quickly grew on me, and I was like, oh, I love this. But I like this one too. I do. But I think I prefer the Serpent Fire. And I think it's just the color. I really like the retro look of the Serpent Fire, and this one is more like, I don't know. What terms would you use for this? Ethereal, psychedelic, um, celestial. Well, any of those might work. But yeah, I like it. I read with it sometimes. The reading, I do depend on the guidebook for it. Um, because some of the meanings are a bit different. Yeah, that is the 12th deck on my shelf. Prompt number 3. A deck you are thinking of rehoming. The Scarab Dalia Tarot. Now this is a wonderful deck. Wonderful deck. I love it. And I can barely get my fingers around it though. I can't shuffle it. It hurts. It hurts to shuffle because it's so big. Like it's painful to hold this. It's like slicing into my fingers. But I love it. I love the collage. I think it's a gorgeous deck. But what can I say? Like I'm gonna try to turn down my light. Give me a second to see if that stops the washout of the text. Might make me a bit dim, but okay. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, is that a little? I don't know. It's a little better. But yeah, I already put this up on like a tarot swap and sale Facebook group. No bites yet. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, but I don't like it so much that I'm willing to suffer for it. I'm not Catholic anymore. Just kidding. Just kidding. So yeah, that's the Scarab Dalia. I'm trying to rehome it. Okay, so 4. A deck you don't store in its original box and why? What did I pull out for that? Oh, the Fallen Angel Oracle. I have it in this bag. The deck doesn't match the bag. The bag has turtles on it. I didn't realize that when I bought it. It's covered in turtles. These are the backs. Very shiny. But the box just fell apart. It was a piece of crap. And it just like practically disintegrated when I took it out. It just ripped and fell apart. And so, gorgeous deck. I haven't spent much time with it. I should. Of course I say that about all my decks. I don't have a ton of decks, like comparatively. Like some people have hundreds. I don't know how many I have. I've never counted them. But, I mean, I have a hefty amount. I'm not complaining. But I have enough where there's decks that go unused, I should say. And this is one of them that's going unused. But it's beautiful. Yeah, I think it's beautiful. Like, I'm not sure about the messages. Like, the messages seem a bit off in some instances. Let me see if I could find one. Let's see. Yeah, and it just basically says like what the fallen angel is, like their realm, like what they're known for. And I'm not sure if they match the actual ones in the original text where these angels are pulled from. I don't know. But there's little messages: grasp the underlying causes of the situation and it will be resolved. Well, what if I'm not doing a reading on a situation that needs resolved? You know, like I think that's what happened is like I pulled like 1 or 2 cards and I'm like, well, this has nothing to do with what I'm reading about. So I think it's more, I'm enjoying it more for the artwork, to be honest. Okay. Okay, a deck with more or less than 78 cards. Okay, that is the Witch's Tarot. This has more than 78 cards. The creator, what's his name? It's Burning Paper Hearts is the company. but I don't remember what his name is. Oh, Chris Matson. Sorry about that. But I will show you the extra cards. There's Hecate. Wax. So waxing and waning moon. Lilith. The Mother. I'm not sure what the point of the Mother card is when you have the Empress card. But on the other hand, it helps me because I like the Empress but reading her outside of the Mother role. So I guess that helps. This is the Crone. The Maiden. Ritual Magic. Selene or Celine, your mileage may vary. Hell. Burn at the Stake. Coven. And the Druid, and that's the photographer right there. So yeah, those are the extra cards. I don't read with them in because I haven't taken the time because I'm an impatient little witch to really understand what they mean. So like when I don't know how to read them in a spread or when I'm pulling them. So I keep them out for now. Maybe someday I will include them, but not right now. Okay. Let's scroll down. A deck with a cloud on the box. That is the Prairie Majesty Oracle. I don't know if you can see, but it's very like it's cloudy. I promise you, there's clouds there. If you can't see. Cute deck, not my usual taste as far as art. It's very, very illustrated and cutesy. But the questions on it are spot on. This is a good deck. Like if I could take the prompts on here and change the style of the artwork, I would. Because as much as I can appreciate this kind of art, it's just not for me. Just not for me. But I still use it during readings for people because of the questions. Like if they're like, oh, I don't know what to read on. Don't know. I'll pull 3 cards and say, do any of these speak to you? And then whatever speaks to them, we'll do a reading on focusing on that. So, yeah. Cute, cute, cute with clouds. Okay. That's the Prairie Majesty Oracle. Next one, a deck you've never shown on your channel. And that one was hard because I think I've shown most of the decks, but I know I didn't show this one. And this is a deck my sister gave me. It was hers, and she had it for years, but she never learned to read tarot, and it's called the Fairy Tarot. Fairy Tarots. There's actually an S at the end for some reason, but it's a mess. Look, look at this box. Like she had no use for it, so she just gave it to me, and I don't really have a use for it. And the only reason I keep it is because she's the one who gave it to me. There's the backs. The artwork isn't my thing, and plus it's pips. And I generally don't read with pips. I do have a couple Marseille decks, but I don't read often with those either. I'd like to read with Marseille more, but I need a deck that like really calls to me. I swear, every direction I put this in is the wrong direction. But yeah, so the Fairy Tarot. It's, let's see if there's it's Low Scarabeo. I don't see a date on it. Let me see if there's a date in here. No, I don't see a date. Oh well. But that is the Fairy Tarot. Very cute, but I don't read with it. So yeah, okay. A deck with another animal besides a lion in the strength card. And I pulled the Shewolf Dalia. I'm not sure what this animal is. It's half woman, half beast. But she is carrying a pillar. So she has like one hairy human foot and then one foot that's like a cloven hoof. And she has several breasts and a fuzzy tail. So, I mean, she's a made up animal. But yeah, no lion to be seen, which I like. I'm not a big fan of the Rider-Waite-Smith depiction of strength. Okay, so a deck that comes in a box inside another box. I don't have this. I've never gotten a deck that was a box inside of a box, so we can skip that one. A deck that would not appear in your top 10 favorites. The Burke Tarot. This was an impulse buy. This was a FOMO buy. And I think I've read with it like once, maybe. And it just, it's cool, you know, like it's cool. I like the concept of it, kind of, but it's just, I can't get intuitive hits off of it because it's so close up. So I have to read it strictly by the original meanings. Which is fine. I mean, I do that too. Like, I'll pull cards and have a spread, and I'll just read all the cards according to the original meanings. But I prefer to have that wiggle room to be able to get intuitive hits. Which one is this? 6 of Cups. So, I mean, that's a bit different. It's just a single person with some flowers. Yeah, so it just sits there. I'm not sure what to do with it. I don't know if anyone would buy it off me just because then they'd have to pay the shipping cost too. And I'm just not sure it's even worth it, you know, because it's not that expensive. So maybe I'll just gift it. Maybe at some point, you know, someone will want a deck and I could just say, here, take this one. Which is also the, what do you call that deck? The, oh shoot, what's it called? I can't even see it now. Oh, the Light Seers. That's going to be gifted, definitely. Like, I sometimes teach tarot classes at a local university, and I will gift one of the students a deck. If they behave themselves. The last time I did a class, it was awful. They were so naughty. So naughty. They would not shut up the whole time. But anyway, that's another story for another video. But okay, a secondhand, pre-loved, pre-owned, or thrifted deck. And that is the Hidden Realm. I don't even have the book. And I'd like to buy it, rebuy it, so I have the book. But the woman, her name was Nancy Texas Rose, and she had this wonderful tarot channel several years ago. And it was great. And she did them frequently, and then bloop, she's like, I'm done. And she deleted her channel. And I think she was on Facebook and deleted that too. So Nancy, if you're watching, mwah, thank you. I still cherish this and think of you. when I read with it. But I haven't read with it for a while. But story. Um, when I got this deck, I went through a period of 6 days of being psychic with this deck. 6 days. Just 6 days. I was able to predict every pull from this deck for 6 days. And then on day 7, my brain was like, nope, no, you're done. So that was interesting. I was floored. I was utterly floored. Like every pull, I was like, oh my God, I did it again. But I need to pull this out again because it's been a while. But I need the book. I want the book. I know there's an app, but it's just not the same thing as having a book. But yeah, gorgeous artwork. I wish I remembered the artist's name. Starts with a J. Her first name starts with a J. Julia something. Oh, that's so gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. So beautiful. Oh, so cute. I remember I did a reading for someone from my past. She like came out of the woodwork on Facebook. Was like, oh, well, I did a reading for her sister, and I was a bit more communicative with her sister, and her sister was more communicative with me, and she gave me, rave reviews and was like very much supportive. The sister, I did the reading with this deck. And then I never heard from her again. So I don't know if the reading sucked or if it disturbed her or it just wasn't meaningful. I don't know. But that was a disappointing experience because that was relatively early on when I started reading for other people. I read with their mother too, now that I think about it. And the reason I'm flipping through this deck is because there is a card in here. The woman that I never heard from again. I pulled this card. He's a spitting image of her son when he was younger. Spitting image, and it was creepy. I was like, that is your son. That is what this reading is about. But yeah, I'm going to pull this out again. I'm going to leave it out. I'm not going to pull it out. I'm going to leave it out. And look at the app again and try to do it that way. Okay. 13, a deck in your collection with the most used guidebook. And that is the Goddess of Love Tarot. Love. Goddess of Love Tarot. And that's because there's so much nuanced meaning as it relates to feminine sexuality in the book. And you're not going to get that just from the images. And so every time I pull cards, I have to pull this and read from it because I haven't memorized this, and I probably never will because it's not a deck that I use daily. It's a deck that I use for myself for that particular topic about like relationships, self-love, sexuality, and whatnot. So, yeah. So the Goddess of Love Tarot. A deck with water on the box. Sea Soul Journeys Oracle cards. I don't know if I've shown this one. I mean, I've used this for readings, I think, on my channel. But there's several different backs. They're like categories. But they're just really nice, very sweet affirmations. Like, fluid, may you shift and transform. Journey, may you seek adventure. So they're just really nice, really quick, easy, nice, positive affirmations. And it's the only deck like that I own. Because usually I'm more of like a shadow work girl, and like intensity is, it has to be intense, you know, for me. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just me. um, let's see. A deck with your most favorite card ever and why. And I don't have a single favorite card out of all my decks. I just don't. So I did pull two decks though with some of my favorite cards. So I pulled two, and one is as my favorite card just because I'm nerdy. And I have a Napoleon Bonaparte fixation. Don't ask me why. Don't know. But there he is. There he is. So yeah, it just tickles my nerdy heart. But he would not be happy being the knight. He would want to be the king or the emperor. But my ancestor is the emperor in this deck. And that's Charlemagne. He was not a good man. Okay, so the next one is from Magic of You Oracle. And this was just a really powerful pull for me when I first got this deck. I was in the early stages of trying to form a spiritual community, a Norse pagan kindred. And it was like pulling teeth to really, you know, get people on board with things. And it just seemed like me, of all people, was getting sucked into having to lead everything, you know, and get things moving and to facilitate things. And when I was reading on it and so unsure of myself, I got this. I got opulence. It's time to lead. And it's just gorgeous. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. I love this card. I just think aesthetically it's powerful and beautiful and cool looking. You know, look at like that mask with the antlers, the gold antlers. I mean, that's an opulent pagan mask if ever there was one. And yeah, so I just remember pulling it, and it brought back memories of a reading from Sadhana from what's her channel name? Integrative Healing with Sadhana, I think. Um, and it was like really early on in Tarot Tube world for me. And she did a reading for me, and she was like, "You're meant to be a leader." And I'm like, "No, this is a wrong reading. You're reading for this wrong person because that is not me." Um, but I ended up being the chief briefly for that kindred. Unfortunately, things didn't work out, and we all had to go our separate ways. But now I lead two groups. I lead a support group and a discussion group. So so in some way, I'm still leading. And it doesn't have to be leading other people. It can be just being a leader in your own life, you know? And that's something I struggle with. I really struggle with being a leader in my own life. So this is sort of like a kick in the butt in that respect. So that was 15. So that was all the questions. So thank you. This is a very long video. I'm not sure I've ever had one at a half hour, near a half hour. But thank you if you stuck to the end. I really appreciate all of you. And thank you for your support and everything. So you guys have a good evening or day. Bye-bye.